Hey everybody, Radaman here. Thanks for tuning in to Oxygen Not Included. So let's continue building our lovely power grid, our power grid upgrade. But before that, I just wanted to mention that Ren, who we added last episode, got renamed to Paddy Wagon. I also want to fix these manual generators so that they're always valid workstations. And also fix I don't know who mentioned it first, so I'm not going to credit anyone, and I apologize, but quite obviously this, this liquid bridge is backwards. It's not letting the polluted water filter out anywhere, so big whoops. Alright, so talking about the power generation, here's what I want to do. I want to probably wait until this area is pumped out, but what I'm going to be doing is creating a wall here which will indicate the edge of the area that I would like to annex. That's order number one. Let's get that wall built. I also want to, given the temperature that this outgasses, this hydrogen comes out at 932 or 500 C. That is a bit hotter, I believe. Maybe I'm wrong, but I think it's a bit hotter than my other one. No, this comes out of 500 C as well. Alright, so one of the things I'm going to need to do if I'm going to be pumping this is I need to cool it a little bit, or my gas pump is going to totally get annihilated. So I'm going to need this thing to sip. Right now it's 100 Fahrenheit in there. But as soon as I start pulling a bunch of hydrogen out, it's going to get super hot. And really not in a good way. Alright, let's go ahead and set up construction requirements. Done. Alright, and speed time up. So we'll get this wall built, and this wall indicates the edge of where of the area that I'm adding. Now, I'm not really going to be able to add all of this until the sweepy dock stuff is done sweeping, because there is some slime and slimed stuff here. As you can see, there's a little... I mean, I could maybe manually sweep the slime. But there's some things that really shouldn't be, added inside of the base. It needs to go around and go through the proper airlocks and all that. So we'll get that done. The cables are getting set up for our gas pump, and then these guys are going to need to put Weezeworts in here. Let me hide the menu there. And this Weezewort will help to pull the hydrogen temperature down, and then what I'm going to want to do is just sip the hydrogen there so it doesn't get super hot. That's going to be really necessary. Another thing I wanted to do is to finish some exploration. As you can see, there's still parts of the map that I haven't explored at all, and I very much would like to. So I think what I'm going to do is, this is a pretty labor-intensive project, given the, ooh, that's too high, given the biomes that I'm digging through, but I'm going to dig this way. And this should be reachable. Yeah, it's reachable. It's not efficiently reachable, but it's reachable. Alright, well that's good. Get this wall built. So when this wall gets built, I'm going to start adding the hydrogen. Another thing I wanted to do, now that I think about it, is let's re-enable the oil refinery and allow us to pump in the oil. Paddy Wagon's already getting another skill point. Awesome. Just keep running, just keep running. Oh, my water's really backed up, isn't it? I'm just trying to purify it before I let it run off. I know that I have a catch here, but, just to make sure. Alright, so we've almost vacuum sealed this. We're a little bit running out of power, but, we'll get it done. It also seems to me like we are running out of storage space. Yeah, that's very much true. I think what I'm going to do here is these pumps here, I am going to, the oxygen lines, I'm going to move where they empty out. For now, I'm just, and these are also going to be temporary vents, but for now I'm just going to put the vents here and here. Okay, we have some new printables. I'm not really looking for any new dupes. I don't have space for them, and I'm not ready to add them, so I'm not going to even consider it. Sad, I know. Let's remove this egg and take a look at our ranches. So we need another glossy. Do we need a hatch? We do not need a hatch. We also lost our pokey. I starved it to death. So I will start to work to remove that. Which means putting a mini pump in here. And some bridges. That was a bad idea. I think I'll just leave it at that. It was a bad idea to bother. But I'll undo it, and I'm going to break down that ranch. Reclaim the space for something else, some other project or something. All right, we're starting to get a vacuum seal in here. Once it's fully vacuum sealed, I will introduce... Let's do a high-pressure gas vent here. That connects to our filters, and finish the filters up. It's reading as fully vacuumed. Yeah, it's fully vacuumed. Cool. All right, that means at this point, I can break this down. Break all of the wires that connect to here down. Break everything above here down. That's a good start. I'm also going to want to put this, mimic the same sort of ladder pattern that's over there. Like this. And then all of these, yeah, okay, all of them are getting broken down. Perfect, perfect, perfect. I think the priority now is going to be to complete this pump here. And yeah, this hydrogen is getting sipped. So let's say overpressure is going to be 5,000 or 4,500 is where we're going to pull. And I'm going to start to work to power this on. Putting 7s up there so that gets done first. Alright, I was rerouting my oxygen line. I'm going to have this be an 8 because I'm impatient. And the one next to it is going to be an 8 as well. Right now, I just need to add some additional storage to my base because of the fact that it's filling up pretty fast. But I'm also going to have this be a 6. I want to tile in an area that I can add. Alright, that looks good. Let's sweep this up as a 6 as well. Oh, come on. Alright, I'm setting that to 9. So this here should be for hydrogen. And it should be pumping now. If above, there we go. It's pumping. And then hydrogen's coming in. And it will have nowhere to go because the high pressure gas vent is not built. Okay, it is now. And now we have hydrogen up top. Awesome. Now I just have to Let me sweep this up. Stuff that's behind these walls are going to get lost. So I'm going to sweep these up immediately. And then we can wall it off and not worry about what's on the other side for some time. There is a lot of water that I might want to tap into at some point. But, again, I'm not worried about that just yet. Alright, so let's sweep this. We have to sweep this manually because the sweepy dock's not going to be able to get to it. And then we also want to get this stuff as well. So here is our hydrogen storage. And I'm just going to make sure that the... Yes, this isn't getting super, super hot. That's really good. Let's see if I can't bring this down to like 1,000 then. I just don't want this to hydrogen vent out gas and superheat the area. So I need to keep enough cold hydrogen in this geyser capture room to make it so that when this outgasses, it doesn't cook my gas pump and destroy it. That is a very real possibility. Alright, so these high pressure gas vents I'm going to disable and disable. Then I'm going to cut this line here, actually here, and cut the line here. There we are. And this is so that I can add some additional storage. Yeah, it would be really, really easy if I was using the exploit. Oh, this has been circulating for a long time now. Let's dump it. Alright, so now that it is cut. Well, it's not cut yet. Construction 8. 8. I might want to focus a little bit more on fried mushrooms. So that means anyone that has farming... I'm going to switch Magenta Fairy over from cooking to farming. And... this is just so that we can get a little bit more food. So, who else is crop tending? Magenta Fairy and Copious Free Time sort of does, but he's mostly a rancher. But I will, Copious Free Time, I will give you some... I'm going to give him some farming priorities. New dupes should just operate. So Copious Free Time. Farming is going to be just below ranching. There we go. Because I think what we need to do here is focus a little bit more on farming so that we can get more dust caps. Because it's not the fact that I'm not farming enough dust caps. It's the fact that I don't have a farmer focusing on it enough. Is this unreachable? Hopefully not. Maybe I have to put the ladders back in. Okay, so we're sweeping this up. This is a lot of manual labor, but once we're done, we'll be able to... yeah. In here, there is some polluted oxygen, but not enough to dissuade me, because there's no... Yep, okay, we're good here. So what I wanted to do here is to connect these pipes up to the vents, and then these ones I'm going to open up and then disassemble. But I can do that from this being inside my base. So let's get this constructed. Alright, so this is just dumping out some excess oxygen that I no longer need to keep. And then one who's many is about to add this area now to the base. Ta-da! And then all the other ventilation that was here can get broken down. I don't need it anymore. And then up here is going to become just additional storage. And I am going to put some... Yeah, I'll put the same sort of masterpiece in place to mimic the other side, even though it's higher by one tile. All right, looking good. All right, so, hold on. Oh, well, if there's... How is there carbon dioxide? Oh, yeah, there's carbon dioxide in here. Oh, because... Yeah, all right. That's fine that there's carbon dioxide in there, because we are filtering for it, right? Let me just double check, but, you know, let's watch this carbon dioxide get pushed out with our own two eyes. Yep, okay. It's filtering for it. Perfectly fine. Sweet. So there we go. We have natural gas and hydrogen. Once we're done sweeping this up, I will prioritize this wall, and then I'll start relocating our power grid. So that we'll have our hydrogen generators here, and our natural gas generators here, so on and so forth. Allowing us a lot more room for expansion, too. Not all this room is going to be for power. A lot of it will be for other things as well. All right, so here in this area, we can, let's do some storage, because we're running out of it. And I think I'm going to move this ventilation here instead, so that I can have a ladder all the way up. So this here is going to get destroyed. And we'll have a continuous ladder in case we want it. Alright, destroy that gas vent. And let's also high construct these. Thank you, Swoopy. Doing so much work. Alright, that means that this all should be higher priority. And now with the additional storage, I'm not gonna, you know, because all these are kind of full. I don't need to worry about it anymore. Which is good. Very good. Alright, we are definitely pulling more water out of this than our electrolyzers are using, right? Like, you know, the water level's dropping here. It could just be that this is in a dormancy cycle. Oh yeah, it is in a dormancy cycle. Maybe when it's next active, it will gain water. I'm not sure. I haven't done the math. But we'll keep an eye on that. Alright, so now that we have these additional storage bins, let's copy settings and paste them in. Ta-da! Create ladders. And additional tiles. And additional storages, honestly. We're going to want a lot of storage. So this will be sort of our storage bank, I guess. Because why not? Because if that's the case, it doesn't hurt for me to put in a plastic ladder. We have a lot of plastic. I don't want to waste it, but this is a pretty good, healthy use of it. Alright, so now that we've swept up this cave, and let me just dig this out so it stops generating resources. Then we'll sweep up this cave. It means that everything below here is good to be constructed. Or actually, everything up until here. Because there's nothing that's going to come of this anyway. What I might want to do, before I actually, let's put this back to a 4. Thinking. I might want to get rid of this pool of water because I'm going to want to get rid of this slime. I don't necessarily have to pump this though. I'm gonna do it a little differently. I'm just going to have it empty out below. Something like that. So we'll have this be an 8, just because I'm eager for it to be done. I know it's releasing a whole lot of polluted oxygen. We'll have that filtered out before I annex the space. Here, there's a little polluted oxygen as well that I don't know, a little concerned about, but I think it'll be alright in the long run. So far, added a whole bunch of storage, added a hydrogen storage. Hydrogen storage still looks like it, well, let's check. Okay, yeah, it's hot, but it's not super, super hot. It is managing, and if it ever gets too hot and the gas pump starts to get damaged, I can always change the pressure max. And I'm really just doing this digging to get rid of the slime that borders, because I don't want to have to constantly disinfect my tiles that get infected by bordering slime. Oh, why'd you wall that up? Oh, come on now. Of all the places to wall up, alright, don't wall there either. Is this, yeah, that should be reachable. Alright, and I do have a network of deodorizers, so we should be able to catch most of that. Okay, that looks to be just about the last of the water that needs filtration. So next activity, 16. Next dormancy, 56. Oh yeah, it is getting pretty hot. Alright, let's leave it. Let's say 3,000. Yeah, we're pushing the temperature here to a dangerous spot. Hopefully that Wheezewort on the right of it can hold out. Hang on there, buddy. Alright, so now that the polluted water is away, let's not construct this yet, but construct everything else around it. I don't really need to do this. Everything that can't be sweepied, I'm going to sweep myself. And we'll finish this corner up so we can close it up. And I don't believe, yeah, there's not slime lung in this polluted oxygen. That's good. It's not spreading anything bad. It's just there. Alright, it's not saying this is unreachable, but I believe it is. Because otherwise it would have been broken down by now, I think. Alright, so body temperature here is almost within the, yeah. We're getting close to the body temperature where this Wheezewort will be active again. And I'll just have to be careful about how much we withdraw. That is a lot of water. Alright, so that is unreachable there. No problem. Alright, so everything here could just be manually swept. And I'm going to have it sweep at 9. So if I check the priorities, yes. Alright, good. Once we sweep that out, I guess down here as well, we can close it up. If I ever want the water, I'll pop back in there. But I don't suspect I'm going to want the water anytime soon. Now, I know I have a total absolute ton of stuff here that needs to get swept up. Like 25 tons of sediment or 16 tons of, you know, so on and so forth. I will be working on that at some point soon. Getting that sort of sorted. As far as exploration goes, what have we done? Oh, we did most of this tunnel. Well, I'll be damned. I can't say I've uncovered anything yet. But that doesn't mean I'm going to stop. Does appear like our diggers are happy to keep digging, so let's keep going. There's another cold biome down here that I did not know about. Cool. And there's something printable. Rust, I guess. Oh, there's another anti-entropy thermal nullifier. Oh my goodness. That is a lot of nullifiers in one map. I gotta say, a lot of them. Normally you get to 1 or 2, but getting 3, that's kind of ridiculous. I don't know if I need that kind of cooling, but very cool that it's down there anyway. I mean, you know, in case I do need the cooling, it's better to have it and not need it than not need it and not have it. From this location, I think I'm also going to ladder down to explore this sort of unknown spot. As sort of efficiently as I can. Something akin to that. There's going to be some weezeworts down here too. I see at least 2 that I can claim. Okay, so this is now active again. And I'm sort of curious if I net positive or net negative water in that location. Time will tell, right? Alright, is this... Ooh, both the weezeworts are down. Ripperoni. Well, alternatively, we're not... Alright, let's say 6,000. No, not 600. 6,000. Basically, disabling the Atmos sensor. Yeah, I don't know. That's going to be... That might be a little bit of a thorn in our side for a bit. Okay, so thermal nullifier. I guess we haven't been building over there. That's fine. What about our cleanup? Oh boy, there's still so much stuff. At least the cloud of polluted got filtered out pretty efficiently. I think it's because we're sweeping this and this first. So now I'm going to make it a priority to sweep down here as a highest priority. But up here... Oh, actually, I kind of want to do this first. Sorry for the constant change of my mind. But if I sweep this up first, I can start to relocate my hydrogen production. Alright, and we'll break down all the things that are no longer necessary and sweep this as a 7. Yes, I know. It's a lot of hopping on the ladders. And there's a big old fall if you fail. That's just how it's going to be. So these new bins are now storing stuff that I desperately need to store. Looks like the directlets, the glossies are... Nope, they're still needing more. Sure, I'll just continuous then. What about you guys? 8. And you guys 7. Alright, I guess we'll do some hatches as well. Done. We are pumping out this accidental... Well, not accidental, but the puddle that we needed to sweep up. I'm also going to force them to put away the eggs so they don't hatch. They become omelets like these. Alright, so this sweep errand is almost done, and then I'll be able to wall this up. It's just like 2 more trips, I think. How's our exploration going? Okay, so there's the thermal nullifier, and we only now just started to get the ladder. That's okay. So far, no additional geysers have been uncovered, though. But it wouldn't surprise me if there's at least one more down here somewhere. Just because, you know, I think there's enough real estate for it to exist. I'm going to disable the oil refinery. At this point, the oil and the petroleum is full up totally. I'll disable the oil pump. And there's plenty more oil down here for me to tap into before I have to use any of these oil reservoirs with an oil well. I actually would be surprised if we even need to do that ever. So if you take a look at our petroleum, it's backed up. It's backed up. That's fine. We're going to be using that as a jetpack fuel source sooner or later. All right, so now that it is, now that this is done over here, let's put in a nice, like the minimum build of a hydrogen power generating station. Oh, and that is too high. Alright, so here's how I envision it being set up. Something along the lines of... I probably only want 2 hydrogen generators. So I'm going to set them up here. And I'm going to build airflow tiles into this. Because we don't want to trap carbon dioxide or anything like that. We can have it drop out. Alright, and I'm going to need to make this a construction priority. And I can have it be spacious and well-designed. Okay, the temperature here is indeed dropping because it has maxed out. I'd rather have the hot hydrogen than have to replace a little bit of steel on the pump, though. So I'm going to have it pump a little bit. The hydrogen to me is a little bit more important. So, as far as power goes, let's see here. Hydrogen generator. Hydrogen generator. And then ladders. And this is going to be for batteries that are that are hooked into the grid and control the hydrogen generator. And then as far as that, then we also are going to want a station for a power control. A door to enclose it all. And then a way to get power inside the room. Alright, that's a very basic hydrogen generation station. And let's put in automation wires. Done. Totally done. That's really all it is. Do the tune-ups require light? I do not know. I guess I could track Copious free time for a bit and see if he ever has to tune, like if I catch him tuning up. It looks like farming could require a light source as well. Anything that you see a yellow bar means that it could be lit and benefit. And I wouldn't mind lighting up the power generators if that would help. Not Copious fruit time, one who's many, rather. It is hard to follow them around, isn't it? I guess I could set them on a follow, but... Follow cam. Oh, now it's just gonna be dizzying. Okay, let's not do this for too long. Okay, I can't I can't handle it. It's too much. It's too jolting. Oh, so I also wanted to mention something else, and this is kind of important, that you can increase your gas storage even further there's Google for this if this really interests you. You could use mechanized airlocks to pressurize gas beyond the 20 kilograms. Or, alternatively, you can use gas reservoirs. I could put gas reservoirs in here to store an extra 10 kilograms of gas per tile, if I wanted to. I don't, but yeah, if I wanted to. All right, new printing pods. Hey, it's another Pokey. Well, sorry, Pokey, but you are going to get... Well, you're going to get murdered. To put it very simply. Alright, so we tidied up this back wall, and then this whole thing can be put to 7s. And build that up. Alright, and then this will be put to 8s. We'll get this new power station up. I also want to design a natural gas station next to it. Our mini pump's just about done. Removing all the water from the ranch that we no longer want. Guess I could start breaking down stuff here. So if I'm breaking this down, this whole refrigerator can honestly be removed. And then our composters can be put back. As we are no longer treating our waste the way we used to. my kicals are still dropping. It's concerning, but I think there's a lot of solutions at hand. One might be next episode I focus on making an automated dust cap ranch, or possibly using natural gas for a cooking source or something. We'll have to figure that out. I have a bit of time. I mean, I definitely could just prioritize farming and allow the farm station to... Yeah, here's copious free time. Allow the farm station to be automated and used for fertilization. So again, not worried yet. Okay, so we're starting to get the hydrogen generators in. And we'll get the rest of the construction up. Oh, these are made of iron ore. Sorry to say, but I'm going to delete them. Iron ore I want to turn into steel, primarily, so... It's sad that I had them build it and then I'm just removing it. But such is life sometimes, right? Skill point earned. Paddy wagon now can exosuit. I'm going to have him keep running, though. Alright, so here is my hydrogen station, and then next to it, I intend to have a natural gas station. Let me... put a watt plate there. Good. Alright, and the watt plate, the natural gas has a different set of requirements as our hydrogen does. So it's going to look a little different as a result. I mean, it should, right? It's not all power is the same. But there we go. This will be the natural gas over here once I set up the ladder and all that. So the natural gas, the way this works is it's honestly gonna look a bit different. The natural gas generators need to be sitting on top of a pool. So I'll probably set it up something like this. I'm not going to actually commit to this just yet. But yeah, they'll be sitting on top of a pool on like mesh tiles so they can leak out. Okay. So we should be getting that constructed soon. Oh boy, it's getting really, really, really hot in there. Yeah, Simply put, the gas pump at this rate will not survive. That's just the direction this is headed with the activity there. So, you know, there are some ways to deal with this. One would be to add a much larger volume so that I can spread the heat out around a little bit more. And I might do that. Okay, we're still sweeping this up. What is this, an 8? Yeah, it's an 8. All right, that's fine. I want this swept up so that I can seal it off and just ignore it. Put it behind a wall. I need to stop dumping my stuff in there. So here, I'm going to pause for just a second. This whole delivery can be broken down. I'm going to leave these auto sweepers up for when I disassemble this farm. It'll make it a lot easier to dismantle it and have the parts of the farm get put away automatically. So that will be kind of nice. Alright, so these batteries help to set thresholds for the hydrogen, and I could decide what should be used first. And then these hydrogen are going to take... let's see. Insulated gas pumps, probably gas bridges made of insulating materials. Maybe I'll have... trying to think of exactly how I want to do this. Something like that should be fine. And this here could be powered on from this line. I just feel like this is a little bit more aesthetically pleasing, so I'm going to do it this way. Okay, cool. Let's start setting this area up for the gas-powered generators, or the natural gas generators. So the first thing I need to do is to insulate a tile to mesh tile. Doesn't really need to be insulated, but I'm probably going to want 2 of these as well. I have to push these over a little bit more. And they're sitting on mesh tile so that liquid that spills out of the natural gas generators when they operate can be collected at the bottom and pumped for filtration as sewage or whatever. So we'll get that built. And then down here, I'm actually going to push this over a few tiles. So what I want is a catch basin. Like this. So it can catch the water, the polluted water. And then up here, I'm going to pause and measure. How big are these? I think that's enough. I might have to do a little changes here or there. But let's put ladders in here. And a catch basin. And then I'm also going to want an area for the batteries. So as to drive the power. I could have the batteries down here, but I kind of want to store them. I could store them next to it. I'll just make this wider. So something along the lines of this. We'll get this built first. And I could put this as a 7. But I am nearly out of time. Or, you know, I'm out of time. So, next episode, I plan on building the natural gas generators and finish up wiring this to my heavy watt wire grid. And breaking down my old hydrogen grid, which as you can see is basically empty, so I don't even need to relocate that much hydrogen. And setting up my power generation up here, eventually adding coal and manual generators. Maybe not the manual generators, but at least coal and some other backup power. If you have any tips, tricks, feedback for me, anything of that nature, drop me a line in the comments below. Thank you so very much for watching, everybody. I'll catch you all next episode. Farewell.